Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Fluxtacuck Podcast. This is episode 2 of season 2. Today we're joined by the boys from BDB. We have Darwin.
Hello, my name's Darwin. I make music and make sure to check me out.
Manzel.
Yo, I'm Manzel or Mahad, whatever you want to say my name is. I sometimes upload and I do graphics too.
And we're also here with Shab.
Yo, what's up? I'm Shab. I make music and I'm a co-founder of BDB.
Like, obviously you just said BDB. We may as well just jump straight into it. What is BDB?
Alright, should I answer it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so basically BDB is like a collective that me, Darren, and MA made. Basically, it's our own separate brand as well. It's something that we can like have different from the music. We plan on the future for like having clothing and other events and stuff with BDB and associated with that. It's all in all just a place for like art, music, and anything in that like area.
Yeah, we also inspired it a lot from Anders, an artist from Toronto.
Okay. Branding's something good to have these days, especially for any sort of content creation, because having branding a part of it, not only does it make money, it also helps people identify certain people with, like, obviously the branding or label. Like, obviously there's a bunch of rappers that have labels where they have other artists in their label, and that's like a great way to show some spotlight to another artist who's not as well known. But I think what you guys are doing is on the road to something that's fucking sick.
Yeah, it's obviously like a dream, you know, like to have like our own brand and everything, because it's not like that easy. But you know, it's definitely something that, you know, if we achieve, it's something that like would be really like a dream come true, like something like that, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, as someone who's delved into like the world of branding, and I'm learning all the time about business shit, trying to learn how everything works. It's definitely something good to have, like, on your resume or whatever, like, you know, like, oh, I have this brand, you know, show it off, like, because the success is like, oh yeah, we did this amount of sales with, like, merchandise, and we're partnered, or we have, like, these kind of artists or whatever. Like, it's fucking sick to see at the end of the day, like, on a resume. Or and I can definitely relate to like being a dream to have a successful branding, or just being a part of something like that. It's definitely something worthwhile and sick to be a part of. But like, how did you guys meet prior to, obviously, like, BDB's only just came around, but like, you guys have known each other for a long while. How did you guys meet?
We've known each other for about 5 to 6 years now. We met through we basically met through a friend, and we started playing games together, mostly just Minecraft. And we kind of just, like, you know, grew up together, I guess. And that created us a strong bond, which kind of, you know, created the name too.
Yeah, because I saw Bonders in the whole name.
Yeah.
Yeah, bonds don't break.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it stands for. I was going to ask you what it stood for, but bonds don't break. That's sick.
Yeah. It's especially since a lot of us, you know, every relationship, you know, has fights, and it's like if you can get through it, you know, that's a strong relationship. And like real relationships and just anything, you know, it doesn't even have to be like friendships, you know, it can be like a relationship with a person, it can be like family, anything, you know. You know, when that relationship can like surpass big obstacles, you know, like it's a real one, you know. So that's why
hell yeah.
Exactly. So that's why we named it Bonds Don't Break, because if you're in a real, you know, friendship or relationship or whatever you got, then it's gonna last, you know, so it doesn't break. So that's what we wanted our basically brand to kind of represent, essentially.
Yeah, and especially also how all the founders are like, you know, the friends like for
Exactly.
so long, you know?
Yeah. Plus, like, we've met, obviously. We meet in real life, but we're not like on some local thing. Like, basically, like, me and Darren, we're both from Montreal, and I moved to Toronto here. And basically, I met MA before Darwin. I met MA through a friend on like gangs, right? Online, right? So I knew him for a solid like 2-3 years online, and MA, you can like finish the rest.
Yeah, I met Shaban before I've met Darwin. Basically, yeah, we met through a close friend, and I knew Shaban for a good 7 months, almost a year before I met Darwin. And I met Darwin through Shaban. Yeah, then that's like me and Darwin at first we didn't really like each other that much.
Yeah.
Not really. But
It's kind of those like awkward friendships, you know. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even call it a friendship in the beginning. It was like
Yeah.
it was just awkwardness.
It's like,
Yeah, and
I
like-
mean, I understand, like, it's when your friends, like, your friend has a friend, and then I can understand, like, the weird
Yeah.
awkwardness.
Yeah.
When you're like, am I supposed to be your friend because you're friends with my mate?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we started off. Me and Darren, we are like real life friends. Like we met in school, you know,
Mhm.
and I introduced him to the group. So Emma and him were like kind of awkward at first. Like they were like, so are we like, yeah, what are we supposed to do? You know, are we supposed to be friends? Like, what's happening here?
Mhm.
But basically like over time, you know, during like summer of like 6th grade or something, like 5th, 6th grade, just kept on playing games together. In like before you know it, you know, we're all like every day getting in a call from like 1
Yeah.
p.m. to like 3 a.m. You know, just
Mhm.
nonstop playing games.
Hell yeah.
I like
We're, like,
how I
not
didn't
getting
even
bored of it.
realize that. I like how I
Exactly.
didn't- Yeah.
And before that, even Darren's English, like I remember, I always talk about this, but like Darren's English, like wasn't like as good. Like he just
Yeah.
spoke French for the most part, to be honest.
Yeah.
And, like-
my English was like atrocious. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And just one summer, we started like because like I'm from Montreal, but like the thing is like English has always been my preferred language. It's just always what I've been talking, you know.
Mhm.
Like I've learned most of it from like TV and stuff, just talking, like just like listening to TV and like talking to friends with English. Even though all the school systems and stuff is in French, right? English has
Yeah.
always been like what I like expressing myself with.
Mhm.
And Darren knew a little bit of English, right? Like
Mhm.
he used to speak English back in the day, but like he kind of lost it over a while. You know, when you don't talk a language like for a bit, you just
Yeah.
lose it.
Yeah.
But summer of like 5th grade, me, Ma, Darren just kept on playing. We just kept on playing, and his English just improved like so much. Like even if you hear him talk, like you wouldn't think he doesn't you would think he's grown up speaking English, but like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
That's so
it's just been like
I
that.
didn't even know that. That's so interesting. Like the fact that you like grew up so much surrounded like speaking French and like, cause I'm pretty boring. I'm white, European. I only know how to speak English, and I know like bits and pieces of other languages.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, for real. And like
Yeah,
the
it's all
best part
thanks to
is
them.
facts. Yeah, but like the thing is, in our relationship, it's not just like one-sided in a sense that like there's nobody like overpowering each other.
Mhm.
Like, cause we all bring like
Yeah.
unique stuff to the table.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
And, like, I think-
definitely.
Like that's what like has kept us like in it together for such a long time. Everyone brings something that helps one another. You know, like
yeah.
if you really want a strong relationship, everyone has to bring something to the table, and we all just like connect with each other really well.
Yeah.
Like what's different with us, you know, for an example, like at school, there's like those kind of like friendships where, you know, there's like the leader of the squad, kind
Yeah.
of like that. But
Mhm.
like we don't have that, you know. It's like it is different. It's a
I mean,
different
Exactly.
that's definitely something in like a business outlook. You don't want someone, especially when you guys are friends, going into a business. There's a saying: never work with your family, like
Right.
Yeah.
because it's just gonna cause things. But the good thing you guys have is that whole layer of like, no one's higher than someone else. You all bring a different layer. Like no one's slacking. You all
Yeah.
are
Mhm.
good at something specific that when it comes together, it creates an amazing piece of art. And like,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something very good and useful. Yeah.
Exactly. It's crazy because like we're basically like online friends in a way
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we don't see each other like every day, but we talk to each other every day. You know.
Yeah.
And like thing about these guys is like, say I have school friends, you know, I move a lot, so I tend to keep like the ones that I really like, you know, I'll just keep contact with them, you know.
Yeah.
And like these guys have always like been there from the start, and like even when I move, you know, there's like school friends and stuff, but like they're never as chill, you know. There's never like that same bond, basically.
Yeah. Like, I definitely think when you have a friend group, like, I'll use myself as an example. For like my entire school life, I met my friends in primary school. We were friends throughout our entire school lives. And when I left school at the end of college, I didn't talk to them anymore. They didn't bother talking to me. And it's like
Mhm.
the difference is like, you know, say you guys someone moves, you guys still keep in contact, all of that. I never
Yeah.
had that like
Right.
layer of like, you know, you're true friends when you keep in contact no matter where or what happens. You're
Mhm.
still talking to each other. Like that's a strong bond right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like, just to add on that, like, when Shban moved, Darwin could have easily, like, you know, stopped talking to us,
Mm.
but, like, you know, like, he still, like, talked to us, and, like, you know, we still played together. Like, that didn't really change anything about,
Yeah.
like, our friendship.
Mm.
Exactly.
But there was also that time where when he just moved, you know, like he was trying to get used to the new place, and you know, there was also that moment where we stopped talking for like straight month. Like it was
Yeah.
like yeah, but after like I think about a month, we just started like playing again every day. So
Exactly. Yeah. When there's like a big change, you know, obviously there's those times where we like focus on ourselves and we just you know, try to fit in life. But like at the end of the day, our relationship was less focused on what we do in real life, as in like what we're doing like when we meet each other, but like it's mostly like the bone of our relationship is literally just to have fun. That's what
Oh,
we've been
hell
doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's never been about like some extra stuff, you know. Like I'll have school friends for like specific stuff, you know. I'll have friends just for notes and stuff. I'll just have friends for like other stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, you know. But like this one is just based off of just having fun together, you know. Just
Hell
when
yeah.
I come into this group, you know, it's like my mind doesn't think of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
It just thinks about having fun with these guys every
Hell
day.
yeah. Yeah. Obviously, we've talked about like your guys' friendship and BDB and all that, but I just want to quickly get into what you guys actually do, because obviously you've said everyone plays a piece in this thing and they all do their own thing. We'll start with you, Darwin. What do you? Obviously, you said you make music. Elaborate on that. What do you do?
so
Yeah.
it's well technically yeah we do have like something different like for each of us, but also like you know it's a long history. Like we also did like a lot of things together from the beginning, you know, like back in the days when Minecraft was like, you know, the thing, and everyone was doing like the Minecraft graphics and everything, you know.
Yeah.
Like we kind of like all hopped onto it. Yeah, we just all hopped onto the trend, and you know, everyone was trying to make graphics, Cinema 4D, Photoshop, all of that. But then as the road goes on, like you know, we find different interests, you know, and you know, music was mostly like a big part of my life. You know, like I started music at a young age,
Mm-hmm.
so I kind of like just continued it. And then Shaban also like he like likes, you know, to listen to a lot of music like since he was like, you know, young as well. So like he started making music as well. Like me and Shaban, we mostly like started to make music, and then Ma like he kind of elaborated like on the graphics and the designing part.
Yeah.
And like everyone has that like little talent, you know, and then everything together we can create like something like really good.
Yeah.
Let's say Ma, he makes like, you know, most of our album covers
Yeah.
and all of the art stuff. Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
does a fucking lit job.
So, like, my little, you can say, quirk about the group is, you know, I I basically do like the graphics design for most of them. Sometimes they do their covers if I'm not available.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually do most of the graphics design. But I took a big break from it. But I came back because I found it fun. I found a new way of like doing it, and other things like that I can bring is content creation. You can say, even though I don't upload, when I do, I personally think I do a pretty good job at it.
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
So I think content creation is one of the things I have. Not to boost myself, but maybe a little bit of marketing. I know how to, push my channel out, like like using tags, using titles, how to push it out. So I have like that
Definitely.
thing.
If anything, like Emmy would be like our kind of managers, because he like you don't see it as much, but he's doing a lot of the stuff that is actually behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
like when it comes to music, you know, the artist is not doing as much. You know, he's probably doing like 20% of the work, and then 80% of the work is just the team behind him. You know,
Oh hell
like
yeah.
every good artist has a really good team behind him,
Mm-hmm.
and I think MA does a really good job for us when it comes to all of those different little aspects of
Yeah.
things behind the scene.
Hell
It just makes everything simpler, like bond, you know, like everything together just creates something
Yeah.
different.
And I mean, it must be nice being able to like work and complete a new song or whatever you're doing as a team. Like, cause me personally, I do all my music, I do all my artwork, I do everything myself, and it's a lot
Right.
different to if I was doing it with a group of people. Like, I think the sick thing, I'd love to have a group of people behind me. Like, you know, like I think
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
much thicker the outcome, and like you said, behind the scenes, like Menzo would be doing a bunch of stuff. Like I have people like that, and I think it's a lot of people don't appreciate the work
Yeah,
that goes
definitely.
into thing. Like when
Mhm.
say like it's pretty relevant now. Music, the new hip hop music, a lot of people hate it because of like mumbling or whatever. But there's so much time and effort and all that goes into like just that production of that song. It may sound like
Definitely.
shit to someone, but if people took a second to look deeper into the actual music, they would see the time and like it actually takes skill to make something
Yeah.
like that. Even though
Yeah.
it may sound lyrically shit, it still sounds good. Like vocal effects and all that. Like you gotta give props to the person mixing it because it takes skill to mix something like shit vocals. You definitely need good skill to mix.
Yeah.
Like
But then
I think,
again, like, but then
yeah,
again,
keep
as a consumer, you still like, you know, put most of your expectations on the final product. You know, like
true.
you're gonna
Yeah.
judge most of the
Yeah.
thing on the final product.
Mm-hmm.
So you know,
But I think what's impressive about nowadays is if you think back in the day, you really just had to have like connections with deep in the industry if you really wanted to make it,
Mm-hmm.
and you couldn't like just blow off like randomly like can you do now? Like right now, there's like random people you just go like on TikTok, right? There's this random guy, and like there's so much like marketing now and how people are doing it that is so much more impressive than people actually like give the respect. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like you don't have to have a really good song. If your marketing's good, then it's gonna like
Oh, hell
blow up. Like that,
Yeah.
like that 6'4" AR guy. You know, the guy with the like cute
yeah.
like
there's
high voice. You know,
Yeah.
exactly. You know, people won't compare him to like Tupac or like Biggie, right? But he has like, if you think about it, like like how he markets and actually does it is way more genius than people give him credit for. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it was all planned. I don't think he just randomly, like people say people like blow up and stuff, but I feel like it's always like there's always like some kind of plan to it.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Like you would compare it to say like 6ix9ine or something. Someone who's so much of a like retard that they're so intelligent to know exactly like what to do, when, like how to promote it. Like
Yeah,
that is what makes I wouldn't say a good artist these days, but to succeed, you need to be intelligent in that way of like knowing what to do, when to do it, what people want, what people don't want. It's like people like that are going to succeed.
Yeah.
exactly.
End of
And you like
conversation, yeah.
6ix9ine, for example, you mentioned him. Like
Mhm.
he was in prison, but even then, people were still talking about him.
He
you
had
know?
a presence.
He still had that buzz.
Yeah. Like if you take it back to his start on Instagram, he was being a complete fucking mong. He looked like a fucking mong. He's gonna stand out. People were talking
Yeah.
about him, whether they like him or not. They're talking
Yeah.
about him.
Exactly.
And that's
Even we talked about him, like we talked about
exactly,
him.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where just some people choose like people will be like, good bad publicity is still like publicity,
Good publicity. Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
right? Just like that part, right? But
Mhm.
like I feel as if that's a mindset that's kind of negative, in the sense that like I wouldn't want bad publicity around my name because
Mhm.
it's a reputation, and at the end of the day, I'm not really doing it for like fame or some money or just like that. I'm doing it for like respect, you know,
Yeah.
like credibility, basically. you know, like I want to be able to be like, when people like see me, just be like they're respectable, you know?
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Like Drake, for example, you know, you can call him trash, you can call him whatever you want, right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, look at the stats and the stuff he's doing, you know? You have to give him the respect for that.
Definitely.
You have to give him
yeah.
that credibility,
Mhm.
you know? At the end,
Yeah.
like I feel like that's what I would want for our brand and just
Mhm.
anything.
Yeah, I can fully like understand and see your point. Like bad publicity isn't always good because then you create a whole branding or you're known for your stupidity, and then if you ever actually want to make something good or something that you're proud of, you feel like it's can't be as good as it could be because of your rep. If you can
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Like you can
And can
never-
change your rep, you know?
Yeah, you can never see someone like Lil Pump or 6ix9ine be or make good music, or say they do make a song that they think's really good. It wouldn't be not accepted. It wouldn't be
Viewed as
received.
like the same.
Yeah, it wouldn't be received the same way they want it to be because they have that bad rep of like being a dumb cunt or like making shit music or whatever. Like
For
Yeah.
sure.
it's not a great path to go down. Like you said, it's a mindset. Some people think that's a good thing. Like, do you know who Dax is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dax is
Yeah.
also one of those people who think any publicity is good publicity. They think clout chasing is good. And it's not necessarily good because you're going to get a terrible reputation for the way you act in a certain situation where no one in the future is going to respect what you're making if you eventually
Yeah.
start making like different stuff
Yeah.
or whatever. Like, it's definitely
Yeah, nobody's
bad.
gonna take you seriously,
Exactly. Yeah, that's perfect wording. Yeah.
pretty much. But I feel like having that credibility and having that respect is definitely something that we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like I know we're talking about like how we each bring something different, but like we can all like I can do the stuff Darren's doing, Emma can do the stuff I'm doing. Like we all have that knowledge, you know. Even though Emma
Yeah.
doesn't make music, he still has that knowledge on how to do it. You could ask him to make a beat and he'd probably figure his way out, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like we all have I can make graphics design, Emma can make graphics design, Darren can make graphics design.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like we like some people like Emma specializes in it. I'll specialize in like different stuff. Stuff, bro. Hold up, I'm eating. And Darren will specialize in the different stuff. Like for me, for example, I'd say it comes down to like engineering and mixing and mastering and even producing. That's something I can do. And Darren, he has that musical background that can help him for like production when it comes to making beats and like those melodies
Mm-hmm.
that I can do, you know, because I don't have that background. And like it's just a really good way that we can support each other, because like since we have that connection that we all know like how to do the stuff that we're all doing in a way, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
MA has that knowledge of how like I make music and stuff, so he'll better like understand and feel how to make those like graphics design. He'll understand it a little bit better than someone regular who doesn't really
Yeah.
like listen to music like that,
Yeah.
like, connect with the artist, you know.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
And it's same things with Darren, you know, when I'm making like beats with him or whatever, like he can help me a lot when it comes to beat making, just telling me like something's off, some like we're never afraid. So one thing that's good about us, like some groups, when they critique each other, there'll be like there'll be like drama inside, right? And obviously we have drama as well. It's normal, it comes with every group.
Yeah.
But we can definitely critique each other in a way that will help us for the future.
Yeah, help us for
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Like I could tell MA, hey, I don't like how this looks, man. I just don't like how like the colors and stuff, how they blend or whatever it might be.
Mhm.
And he won't be butthurt about it because he'll understand like what I mean by it, and he'll improve in the future, you know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, and that's like taking what's the word what's a critique word? I literally forgot it again.
Oh, I know what
Constructive
you're trying to say.
criticism.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's definitely like something we've all like got over time. We definitely all have thick skin. Like when it comes to comments and stuff, if someone were to like tell me negative comments, like it would probably unfaze me.
Yeah.
And I think same would be for MA or Darwin. You know, it just like we've always like roasted each other, insulted each other, right? We've always like made fun of each other. That like nothing that anyone other can like nothing what anyone else can say will actually phase us. You know, like
Yeah.
if someone random were to come up to me and just be like, "Yo, you're ugly," like, or just say some random shit like that, you know,
Mhm.
I'll just be like unfazed. I'll be like, okay, you know, but like it's different in our group, you know. We definitely evolved each other.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't like this in the beginning. Like we were
Yeah.
so butthurt about like one small
Yeah,
comment.
exactly.
Yeah.
For real,
I mean,
for real,
you
for
gotta
real.
be like strong in this day and age with the internet. Like, people be
Yeah.
insulting people left, right, and center for like the most petty shit, and it's like
Exactly.
For real.
you gotta, in order to survive, you just gotta.
You can't make
But-
those comments like stop you from doing
Yeah.
something.
Oh
like,
hell yeah!
You're never gonna get to the point like of succeeding if you're gonna take those.
Definitely.
Like,
But if I'm be honest, I kind of like that. How like people can, you know, give like their criticism or like, you know, do some like edgy joke, and like some people have to learn how to take it, because in
Mhm.
2016 everyone was a snowflake. Now like everyone was
Oh.
snowflakes. It was crazy.
Nice.
Like you could not make one joke. I was a snowflake, but like you have to learn how to like sometimes, you know, like chill out. You know, just take the joke. Like if I still got like mad at racist comments, you know, it's not like it's like it would probably be really bad for me. Like, you know, for example, in school, a lot of people make edgy jokes. If I was still like mad at those, I'd probably be like, "Oh, you know what that means?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But like, you know, it doesn't
For real.
faze me. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I laugh at like some of the jokes
Oh, hell
that some
yeah.
people
Exactly.
bring.
I mean,
Yeah.
when you allow people to say whatever the fuck they want, sometimes they can come up with the most retarded, drastic shit, and sometimes it's good to just have a laugh at it. Like, mate, good on you, bro. I'm glad you're doing this with your life and enjoying yourself, insulting someone. Good on
Yeah,
you.
but like, yeah, I've even told like Darren, like, if you like start getting mad at the joke, then that's working in
Yeah,
their favor,
that's-
you know.
That's
That's
what they
helping
want.
them. That's what people want, you know. They want you to get mad, but like, if you start playing along with it, they can't do anything about it, you know. They're like,
yeah,
because
because their goal is to make you mad. If they don't
Exactly.
give it,
Oh,
then
So if you agree
have
with it
nothing
or
else.
whatever, like if you just remain like unfazed by it, then like what are they gonna do? They can't do anything about it.
Yeah, like for example, when we play Siege, sometimes we have like toxic players in our team, and
Oh,
instead of
dude,
us
I
like screaming
love
back at them,
those.
you
Oh,
can
really?
just like do the dumbest stuff ever. You can just like start being like gay towards them, and they don't know what to do at that point. They're just like frozen. They're just like, should I play along? Should I like scream at them? Should I ignore? You know, it's like
Yeah, it's so
basically-
funny.
you basically got them in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, I
For
love
real.
that shit. I mean, the only thing, I don't know what you guys kind of outlook on it is, but like, the difference between criticism and constructive criticism is I hate when someone just comes along and says, like, oh, that's shit. I'd be like, okay.
Right.
We talked about
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
even
yeah,
talked
we
about it.
definitely
Like
talked
we
about
had
it.
a like 1 hour talk on this, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
It
TED Talk.
Do you want to
annoys me
elaborate on
when-
that, Darren?
I mean, sure, cause yeah, I had like some kind of background. Yeah, so before, like when we didn't have like the thick skin, like when Shaban or Ma used to like make comments, like some criticism, on my like things that the things I made, like some art and everything. Like, I remember they used to like say, okay, it's bad, but I couldn't really take it because it wasn't really constructive criticism. So it got
Yeah.
me really kind of mad. But the thing is, like what they meant was different to what I took it as. Like it was different. Like for them, maybe it meant something like different, but I definitely took it the way something. Yeah.
Some people take criticism in a different way. Like for us, for example, we could like say like for Darren's art, we could have said like, it's not that good. Maybe if you change this and that, but maybe Darren only heard, oh, it's not that good. That's the only thing that's in his head. He's just like, oh wow,
Yeah.
these people
Yeah.
are cunts, bro. Why are they saying that?
I appreciate people in my group, or like with Team Flux, I've had people who come along and they say, "Oh, that new video was shit," but they don't give any actual like criticism, like constructive criticism.
Right.
And I really
Mhm.
appreciate it when someone says like, "Hey, that video was bad. You should have done this to improve it, or you should have removed those clips." And then I watched over it and said, "Oh, like true." And then therefore I know next time to fix it. Like, I love people that are going to be
Yeah.
honest enough and have them around, like, and say, this is the problem, you could fix
Right.
it this way. Those are perfect. But when you have people around you that are constantly like shitting on anything you make,
And I think there's also like the other side to it where people are always agreeing to it, like having yes men around
oh,
you.
yes men's also
Yeah.
bad. You don't want
Yeah.
yes men.
You have to have like a good balance, and you have to surround yourself with people who can say no to you, because
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of these big celebrities, like especially like the ones that are like Lil Pump and like all those other people,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm sure they just have yes men around them, in a sense that like they can never truly be critiqued, because you're never gonna improve if you don't realize what your mistakes are,
Oh,
right? And
Yeah.
if you just keep on like doing those mistakes on and again, you're just never gonna get better. And just having, because not always you can't always like tell yourself that you're doing bad. You have to have like another person's input around it.
True.
And
Yeah.
if that other person is just saying like yes because they want you for something else, or they want you like for anything it might be,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's just better to like cut off some people, and
Oh,
having the right
definitely.
people around you is definitely a key to like being successful.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Because the thing was criticizing, like you can't be afraid to say something. Like you have to let it out. That's the whole thing of criticizing someone, like you have to let
Yeah.
it. Can't be afraid to say something,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But you have to have that good balance,
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have the right people around you, because there'll be people who can't express it properly, be like, this is trash, or there'll be people who can't give the right critique and just be like, yeah, it's good, it's chill. But overall, I think in our group, it's definitely something we're improving on, and we just keep on getting better at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Obviously, you've been talking about music and obviously all that. When did you start? Because you said, Darwin, that you've been making, or like you've been into music, like
Yeah.
a large part of your life. When did you start producing music or doing stuff and putting it out on the internet?
Okay, so putting stuff on the internet, like music wise, it's been around. Like I remember 3 years ago or something. Like I made like those like nightcore type of music, I was into, like,
yeah.
into like those types. So yeah, it was like definitely like something like it's kind of bad, bro. Like if I look back at it, I don't like it at all. But like I literally took a song and I put it in FL Studio and pitched it up a little bit and then I uploaded it. So like I first of all I can't get copyrighted because it's it's different. But like
Mhm.
just that little part made me gave me the like will to start making actual music in FL Studio. So
Yeah.
like around I'd say a year and a half ago, like I started making like random beats on FL Studio.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's where it got me started. And then around a year ago, I uploaded the first song that I made with Shaban. Yeah. So around a year ago,
Yeah.
I
And
started
then
uploading on.
you guys made an EP together, right? Or did you make music before that EP?
No,
Yeah.
we made music before the EP.
Mhm.
The EP was definitely after. Yeah.
I remember listening to that. That's not on your SoundCloud anymore, is it?
We decided to because we were trying to find our sound at that time, like what
Mhm.
type of music
Exactly.
we really want
Yeah.
to make. And after we realized like it's not really our style, so we privated all of our old songs, but we didn't delete them obviously.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's what gave us. So we kind of like we privated them and like rebranded, quote unquote rebranded like our names. you know, to something like we actually like represents us, you know, like yeah.
I mean, I really love the music you're making now. Like, every time you release a new song, it's so weird to listen to because it's so high quality. It sounds like it could have been made by anyone in the industry that, like, you know, it's got that studio sound. It sounds good. And the thing is, you're just waiting for, like, that spark and you're gonna pop off. Like, there's no fucking way what you're creating isn't going to pop off because it sounds so good. And I'm not trying to suck
the
your
thing
dick
is
right now, but I love it. I love that shit.
No, but the thing is, it would have been possible if it wasn't for Shab and Ma, you know, like
hell yeah.
they do like so much as well, like, and I do so much for like, you know, it's all like together as a group, you know, that I wouldn't be here if like I didn't meet them, you know, like
Yeah.
you have to get them credit as well, you know.
Shab, what about you? Did you start making beats like similar to Darwin, like when you were starting uploading music, or?
I started a little bit differently than Darren. Like, so, I mean, like, yeah, Darren had that background. You know, he went to like orchestra and stuff like that, and that's how he was involved with music. And with me, it was mostly just in my household. You know, having different types of music and being where I was at. You know, being in Montreal and also being from another country, like so much music. So I would have like cultural music, I'd have like French music, I'd have, you know, English music. So I was like always surrounded by all types of different stuff.
Yeah.
And like my sister sings, you know, like there's always like been that kind of like music thing where we all just enjoy music. And I think me just listening to music all the time, you know, like at first I was just listening to like whatever's on the radio type stuff, you know, back in the day, like in, I don't know, 2010 2009. Where it'd just be like just pop music, you know. It'd be like Pitbull, it'd just be like like Shakira, any, you know? And like I think like the first like rapper that I ever liked was like when I remember, like, especially I just came back from home, you know, turned on the TV. I was like, how old? I was like 9 or something, or even less, to be honest. I was like 8 or 9. But I turned on TV, right, and just Macklemore, like Thrift Shop starts playing, you know.
No.
So that starts playing, right, and I'm like, yo, this is fire, dude. This is I like, it sounds so cool to me, right? And like that was probably like the first instance of like actual rap that I got into. So I just listened to like, you know, like I moved on to like Eminem after. It was Macklemore and then Eminem.
Bro.
And then after, by that time it was a lot of like, you know, YouTube has like trap music. And then it would just be like whatever's on there, you know. Me, Ma, and Darren would be playing, and I just have like Trap Nation playing in the background, you know, while we're just playing. And it'd be
PvP,
like,
bro.
Yeah, exactly. It'd just be like different type of songs, and it was mostly just rap and stuff. So that was how I was introduced to it. But also before that, I was like really into Michael Jackson and stuff. So that's probably where like the singing part of it. I was like, yo, this is nice. And so we kept on playing, right? And then this other guy that we also met through like online, just playing games, he like passed me like FL, right? He was like, yo, look at this, yo, this is like how he makes dubstep, right? And that was like his thing.
Okay.
Oh, I was also like really into dubstep for a while, like before that.
Hell yeah.
Like I was just into everything, you know. And he passed me like FL and stuff. He was like, yo, this is just software, you know, like check it out. It's pretty cool. And like I had it on my like computer, but I never just used it, you know, like I never actually went on it. But then like sometimes, you know, sometimes I see it, and then I was like, I'm gonna try making something on this, you know. I was just try doing something on this, right? So I just grabbed like some random sample, I think it was off YouTube, and I just like started adding like random gems and stuff, and then that's when I started like trying to make beats and stuff. Like at first it was really trash. Like I had this one, like it just started out like obviously as trash and stuff, but like when you hear it, you're like, oh my god, I'm making something unique. Like I've never heard this before, right?
Mhm.
Even though you'd be making like some trash like SpongeBob type beats.
That was your first time of beats, bro. SpongeBob, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
Because I was just using like the bell sounds and stuff. But I just kept on going, and the more I listened to music, I was like, yo, I should try adding vocals to these beats, because I was like I didn't really like sing and stuff. I also didn't rap, but like it was always something like I liked, so I was like, yo, I might as well try it. And especially with my sister like always singing, like I always hear her singing, I was like, yo, I might as well just try it. But yeah, at first, so I tried it, and then it was like it was hella fun. It was the process of making it that like I really enjoyed. And then I kind of just kept on going for a bit, but I started adding I stopped adding vocals for a bit, and I just like kept on making beats, right? And then after I was like, I really want to make my own music and start like uploading it, right? So I started. Then I was like, I can't really rap on my beats, like, they were like trash back in the day, but like it was just something about it that I couldn't like rap on them or like do whatever. So I would just go on YouTube and go on like type beats.
Yeah.
But also like a little bit before that, when I uploaded like 1-2 songs, I met this guy. So I was watching a live stream, like a producer live stream, and this guy was like reviewing songs and stuff, and there was this guy named like Rapture, right? Like Zach, that's his name. But basically, I saw him, so I messaged him on like SoundCloud. I was like, yo, your music's fire, I just wanted to show like love, because I liked it. It was like, if you listen to his music, it's a lot more different than what you would hear like normal stuff, like especially it's not like really stuff that would be on the radio.
Yeah.
And I kind of just admired the production wise of it. And then he invited me to his like group called Infinity, and that was like kind of just a like little boost of like kind of not, I wouldn't want to say ego, but like a little like self-esteem boost in a way.
Yeah.
That I would be like, oh, okay, I'm a part of a group, so I must be like doing good. And it wasn't that like they helped me, like, but Zach specifically, Rapture, he helped me in the sense for like if I ever had questions on how to use the program or how to do specific stuff, he'd help me. But like I think definitely just on my own and like learning different stuff off of YouTube and trying to get better at actually producing. So then after, as I was saying, I wanted to make my own music, right? But like I couldn't like on my beats, right? It was just like something weird about it. So there was a lot of type beats on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And this guy who's also in Infinity, his name is Zay, right? And I just heard the producer tag like prod level or like prod Kim J or something, right? So I started going to those people's like type beats, and started trying to actually like rap on those or like do stuff with those.
Yeah.
And like the thing about that is like eventually, I was like, I kind of want to add my own production to it, but I didn't have like that skill, right? And I also wanted to like upload it on like Spotify and like all of those different things. But like when it comes to free beats and stuff, you can't really do that.
Yeah,
like,
you need
there's
to have
like
leases and there's loads of shit
Exactly.
like that, yeah.
And then I'm like 12 or something, and I don't have money to like buy like $20 like leases for each beat and stuff.
Hell
So
yeah,
like
that
I'm like,
shit's so expensive, man.
yeah, and then I'll just be like, yo, I have to like make my own beats and stuff, because like I don't like, I know there's a bunch of rappers and stuff that'll just take those beats off of YouTube and like upload it and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I would do that if I didn't like respect the production wise of it so much. When it comes down to it, like I see when they're making beats and they're putting like effort into it, and like I wouldn't just want to like grab that off YouTube and just start using it for my own profit and stuff. Like I get it.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And the best part about being like a producer and an artist is the fact that you kind of have like both sides to it, where you can like respect the artist side of it and you can also respect the like production side of it.
Yeah.
But definitely I was like, I gotta like improve on making beats and stuff. So time goes by, I'm just watching more stuff. Definitely like watching like sometimes tutorials on like more of mechanic, like I'd say like fundamentals of how like the program works and how you could use that in your favor, and not so much of like occasionally I'd go like how to make melodies or how to make specific stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing about those like tutorials are that they're just making like one melody and they're like, okay, copy this. Now you're making a melody, okay?
Yeah.
And there's like, that's not really like progressive in the way where if you want someone to learn about it, then you'd really like want them to actually like, you want to show them what sounds good with each other and what's going on with it. And I don't do music theory stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely like something
same.
Darren does. So having him by our side, he'll tell me like, oh, yo, this chord doesn't go with this chord, or this
Mhm.
doesn't go with that, or, that definitely helps me a lot. And I just started making my own beats for it, and then like putting on my own music, and eventually, I'm learning every aspect of the whole program, how to do mixing and engineering, because I want like the quality to be good.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that's like a talent that I've already have. Like when Emma even told me this, like when it comes to something that I want to put my mind on, I usually like go through with it. Like for example, like random stuff, dude. It could be random stuff like playing games. If I actually really like it, I'll like put my mind on it and actually like get good at it.
Yeah.
And even like juggling, dude. Like in first grade, I like there was like juggling, right? And I was like, yo, this is sick, bro. And then it's like 1 week later, I'm like juggling like 3 balls and shit, and it's just like it's crazy because like I never actually realized it, but when I definitely focus on something, I'm like trying my best at it and putting my effort in it. And like nowadays, I'm literally just trying to like make connections and like meet new people and just make music that I want to make. And I think BDB is definitely like something that is like for community wise. So like we basically have like 2 places, we have Montreal and we have Toronto, and that's so definitely something that we want to be like a part of the community. Pretty much, like Darren has his side of it where he's like, Darren's really good at making connections in a sense with people and convincing them and like making like getting fans, bring those people in. I think I have a good way of getting with people like in a type kind of like in the industry, like especially in Toronto, like Toronto is really like we have like Drake, we have Tory Lanez, we have like The Weeknd and all those people, right?
Yeah.
And like I remember at the time, like it, like I was really young, but it used to be like, oh, you gotta go to New York, you gotta go Atlanta, you gotta go to these spots to like make music. And like obviously you gotta put like respect on Drake and like everybody for those people to make it out of Toronto. Because back in the day, it used to be like you can't make it in Toronto, it doesn't have like spot. But definitely now it's definitely like a place for music, and it's a good place. And I think that's why me moving here, it wasn't like specifically for being in Toronto for music. It was just like a whole like because like it's English and it's just easier for me in general. But like definitely me starting my music here was a huge advantage for me, And I think me being at like 15, right, and like I'm starting music when I'm like 14, right, and just me making the quality of music that I am right now on my own in a sense, then like I think that impresses people that are like older than me. And that's why having like I've like impressed like older people like Francis got heat, like other those people, exactly. And I think it's because of the quality of music and just like the stuff I put out there that impresses them, and it just helps me and BDB as a whole. I think that's what I would probably bring to the table. And I think it's just like you gotta give credit where credit is due,
Hell yeah, no, agreed. It is impressive what you guys do and what you guys come up with, and the end project it's sick.
we also have like this dream where we want to, you know, like rent a house and eventually move in
hell
together.
No,
And also
that's-
like get like a, you know, home studio and, you know, do some stuff we
Dude,
want to do.
facts. That's like
Yeah.
it's weird how like when I've told my parents about that kind of thing, like oh, you know, this is what I want to do, this is my dream, blah blah blah. People get off-put by it because they're like, there's no fucking way you're gonna be able to do that, but
Right.
it's possible.
If you do it the
dude.
right
It's-
way,
Yeah.
if you do it the right way, then definitely you can you can
And
make
I
it.
think that's where having a team definitely comes in.
Oh hell
where-
yeah.
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 If you want to like make it to that, because you can obviously just like put out music and just like do that, and that's cool and all. But like, if you want to like have respectable like a community with you,
Mm-hmm.
and they just like be able to live off of it and just like be in it, then you gotta have a team with you.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
No facts.
And what makes like a content coming out from like a team special is there's like different aspects of like the project, like the finished project from different people, and it makes like the
Yeah.
final product like, you know, something different. You know, there's like different aspects of like, you know, each personality and all of that.
True.
Yeah, and you gotta be open to like working with other people. You can't
Oh,
be like,
definitely, yeah.
yeah, I used to be like, you know, I can do this by myself. You know, I can make my own beats. You know, I can do it. I can just do it all by myself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but like that you gotta be open to like working with other people. You know, you can't just like close yourself off.
I mean, yeah, there's obviously a lot of artists out there that do everything themselves. They want to do everything, and they turn into people like Russ, where
Yeah.
Right.
it's off-putting how introverted or how egotistical they are. They're like,
Yeah.
they'll always be talking
Because-
about, I did this by myself. I don't need nobody
Yeah.
else. And, like-
Because they want to take full credit. Like
Yeah,
they just try
yeah.
to take full credit of it.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
sometimes a better production and like outcome is from when it's a group effort rather than doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's respectable
Yeah.
that people is doing it by yourself. Like,
Mhm.
yo, that's cool and all. You can like bring different aspects of it, but like, you know, like it's always a saying like two brains is better than one. You know,
Oh, facts,
like-
yeah.
if you having that different output and having that different like ideas given to you is just like a whole another level in itself.
Especially when they can work well together. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
some of the greatest duo artists are so good because they do work so well together.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, back to like the whole, you know, you had this dream, you know, like house, studio, all that. I'm not, I don't know how I'm going to say this, but it's not too hard to do. Like, house, you want a house, there's two ways of doing it. You either make the money yourself and then get enough money to put a, what's it called? Like payment down on a house, like a starter payment
Mortgage?
or whatever. Or, yeah, to get a mortgage. Or you have sponsors or whatever. Like, you know, there's a lot of houses in LA, like say Clout Gang started out where there was investors and they were paying for the
Right.
actual people to live in the house. And then
Mhm.
obviously studio in your house is one of the like sickest things because then you don't have to leave your house. If you're in the middle of the night, you can think of a really good idea, boom, go to the studio, record, do whatever. Like,
Yeah, but we also want to like, you know, own like a studio like somewhere else, like not only in our house but like, you know, somewhere else.
yeah,
Where we
Yeah,
could have,
definitely.
like a big team, you know, like even more people
yeah.
like coming to help her, you know, a bigger space.
Yeah.
I kind of want to talk about how I met you guys and got into this whole crew or whatever. But way back in the day, 2017, I think it was maybe, I started up in like a Minecraft server with content creators, and that's how I met Manzel because he applied for
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and that's how I then found Darwin. Darwin was making YouTube videos, kind of doing the whole commentary thing, because.
Yeah, I got the idea from I inspired from
Yeah,
MA.
from yeah. Because Manzel, you were doing the little like change from
Yeah,
Minecraft
from
to
Minecraft to
commentary,
commentary.
and I liked that, and I watched your videos, and then you and Darwin were both doing stuff together. So like, and then found Darwin.
Yeah.
I was watching a decent amount of Darwin. I showed my mate Jadarius. He's like, "Oh yo, that's sick," and I was like, "No, this is sick, bro." and then later down the line, obviously, oh no, and then I met Shab, who at the time was called Bript, and he was the graphics designer for our server, and that he
Oh,
did,
yeah.
he was doing a
Yeah.
bunch of the different renders and graphics and all that, and like an intro or whatever for the server, and that was sick. That was my first time working with you, and
Yeah.
oh fuck,
Definitely.
2 years down the line, how the fuck did it work? Because I'm pretty sure somehow I came into like I was playing games with you, Manzel, and then you introduced me to Darwin, and we played
Yeah.
Rainbow, but I don't remember how. I might have to go back in our DMs, Menzel, but somehow I managed to play Rainbow with you two, and then I was like,
I
a
think
big fan.
I think I know. I think it's from Obama Gaming, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it definitely
you
is.
You
It
were on my
definitely is.
server, and
Yeah.
maybe you like.
Yeah, I
proposed or
put Obama Gaming. I'm like, join if you want to. You joined, and I was playing Rainbow Six with my friends in Darwin,
Yeah,
and then you just joined, and then
that
you
was-
you guys started talking to each other.
that was sick. And then you were making funny moments, and so was I, and that was like sick for me. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, dude.
Like everyone was making like that type of, you know.
Oh
like-
yeah, I mean it's definitely a good content to go into because like I'll use an example that happened recently. I was on Omegle and we met a guy who was like kind of like he was watching. We told him to watch one of our videos. He watched and he actually really enjoyed it. And then now he's a part of like my group. We play games together and all that. And it's weird how people can watch your content, right, and not know who you
Yeah.
are. And the good thing about Funny Moments is they don't have to really know you too much. They can enjoy, have a couple laughs, go on with their day. And I think that's the best reason to be in that content is you can make people laugh
Yeah.
very easily, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I was very lucky to be able to play with you guys, and then now look where we are, you know?
Yeah.
We've all come a pretty decent way. We haven't uploaded
Yeah.
in God fucking knows how long, but dude, I swear to God, the one thing I hate about doing Funny Moments is the time that it takes.
Edit, bro.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know how you record, Darwin, but the way I record is I record over an entire week of like whenever I play games, and then at the end of the week, usually over Saturday and Sunday, and then some of Monday, and then it goes on and on. I go over the footage that I caught, and then I cut up the funny clips.
Yeah.
Damn. Nah, I used to do like sessions. Like I used to like, set up like, okay, today let's all hop on and let's, like record for like, 2 or 3 hours, and then,
Mhm.
I would get enough clips, I guess, from that,
Yeah.
session. But sometimes
Definitely,
I do 2 sessions like longer.
Yeah.
going over a week, yeah, that's definitely respectable, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah,
You're-
dude. The thing with me and why it takes me so long is because I'm so picky. Like, when I watch over my content, I sit there, I listen for jokes, and I cut out things if I think it's not good enough. And I reckon the reason why it takes me so long to edit is because I record so much so that I have just enough footage, just in case some of one of the whole entire gaming sessions is just either too offensive or shit or just there's something wrong.
Boring.
Yeah, there's a lot of boring things, and the problem sometimes with recording funny moments is you and your friends, or me and my friends, sometimes we'll be throwing shit at a wall.
Yeah.
We're throwing jokes around, we're having fun, and sometimes it doesn't stick, and that's the problem. But my new video, dude, it's still taking me so fucking long. I
Damn.
don't know if I told you this. I have 28 hours of footage for my new video.
What?
The thing is with funny moments is that like an hour clip, you can extract like a 30-second
minutes,
joke
yeah.
or like a 15-second joke from it and have like the rest garbage. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
You can have those days where there's a good ass joke or a good joke, and then everything else is just not hitting the spot.
Yeah, it's like dry and it's so boring.
Yeah, and
No,
sometimes you
no.
have those jokes. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
You can go.
Sometimes you have those days or those jokes where it kind of drags on and becomes not funny because it's too long, or you have
Like you have those days where like everything sticks. Do you not?
or most of it.
True. There's sometimes like really good bits, but so sometimes I'll be editing and I'll have a bunch of funny clips, but it's fitting them all together. Sometimes clips don't fit well, and you go
like
from
the
one
transitions.
subject- Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I started adding like a whoosh sound effect from transition to transition, like from like groups of clips to kind of hopefully get the drift of okay, we're past that joke. We're onto like something new, and I find it really hard sometimes is figuring out where to put clips, and sometimes I scrap an entire clip that could be slightly funny because I don't know where the hell to put it and where it fits. And
Yeah, because some jokes can be like 10 times funnier if you put it at the specific place.
fact.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Like some jokes, if you just throw it there, is not funny. But if you put it like a specific like transition place, like it can be 10 times funnier.
Like going on the point of me saying like there's days where you can just hit all the jokes. I kind of like think of the video that you and Darren did, like us, where we were. It was like Christmas, and we all just like we started bullying you and that.
Oh yeah, bullying.
That was so fun.
Yeah, I felt like all the jokes kind of hit because we kind of like just improv'd, and plus the voice chat person kind of like
He went on with it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. That's right. Like, was it a kid? Some kid? Oh, that was.
yeah.
The thing that annoys me sometimes is when I record some really good clips and I spend a long time editing a video, and it doesn't it's not received the same way to other people. Like sometimes the views aren't as good on a video that I spent a lot of time on, and I'm like, did I do something wrong?
Because there's a lot of inside jokes as well, like
Yeah,
that
that's the
you
only
only
problem,
you
yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Like, I try mix in inside jokes that, like, are funny with, obviously the rest of the jokes that people will find funny. But there's also people that are sub to my channel that know my group or whatever, so the inside jokes aren't too inside. Like, they still understand. Like, there's a whole, back in the day we had a pedophile, like, inside joke where we were calling, Jadarius a pedo, and then it moved to one of my other mates was a pedo, and then it moved to me, and then we were, like, and it's still current, like, we make jokes like, I'm attracted to, like, fucking teenage girls or whatever the fuck the thing is. Like, there is those inside jokes that still can be laughable to, like, new viewers or, like, you know, people that slightly know who we are.
Yeah.
But I
Like
think-
our inside joke right now, like me, May, and Shaban, it's like if someone tries to like be toxic to us, we just say like the person likes children. It just annoys them so bad. It's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
I mean, toxicity can sometimes be really good. Like, recently I recorded a clip where there was this, like, I rushed the enemies, and I was told all my friends, I was like, yeah, let's rush. And then we rushed, and our opponent, who was just some random, like, Phil person, like, he was just an extra player, he got so mad, and he was, foreign, so his whole, like, we couldn't understand anything, so I subtitled what he was saying, and, like, just what I thought he could be saying, or just random words, and I thought that was... Toxic people are so easy to make fun of and use.
Yeah.
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 But I think it's all about finding your right audience.
Oh,
For you.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That can be with anything.
Oh, definitely. With any sort of content creation, having a good specific audience is useful as hell. The thing I
Yeah.
don't like is like I hope I never have an audience like say Fitz, because Fitz has a lot of subs that are just sub to him and don't know like his friends or don't watch, like they literally just sub to him. Funny moments. End of story.
Oh yeah.
Like, I've been in
yeah.
Fitz's Discord and said something about Toby on the telly or Swagger Souls. Some people don't even know who those are. I'm like, how can you watch someone's videos and not know who the people they're recording with are, or even their voice?
Yeah.
I hope I never get an audience that are just out of loop with the people I make videos, because I love helping other content creators that I find grow and like get the spotlight. Like, I love funny people and I love being able to help them have more of a spotlight on my channel. Like, hey, this guy's funny, go subscribe to him.
Yeah.
Like, that's
See,
what,
that's like one thing we can kind of agree on BDB. Like, we want everyone to like, you know, have some kind of respect. Like, we don't want just one specific person to be, you know, like quote unquote the star. You know, we want everyone to have some, you know, respect on the name. You know, this is why like when we talk about something in our group, we have to. It's not we have to, but it's just out of respect. We mention each other's names, so we give like we give the respect. Yeah.
I mean, a good way to do that is like when you have like a like your BDB Instagram, right? If everyone's being promoted on there, you'll have that sub fan base that like you and they like BDB, so they'll follow everyone in BDB and like that's the fan base that's like sick, obviously, because it's invested in what you're making, who you're collabing with, and all that. Like that's a really good audience to have. I hate like, say there's a lot of Twitch streamers that have an audience where it's like the audience actually hate the content creator and they literally just follow them to like bully the person or like piss them off.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone like that on Twitch? Like, but like, oh no, there's like a streamer called Casey Tron on Twitch. I think she's banned now, but like a lot of her fan base like take the piss out of her because she plays this character of like a dumb bitch, and like that is also a fan base I don't like. People that deliberately just piss off a content creator, and I would hate to have a fan base like that, but yeah.
Funny thing to go back on, at least I think is funny, like when me and Kermit met, it was like through the SMP, so the video, he had this like cinematic video about like showing the world or something, and like he did like this Google Docs like submission thing, and I remember I just lied about stuff that I didn't need to lie about. I don't know, when I was young I don't know why I cared about privacy, so for my name I put Matt MATT. And like there's like some other stuff that like you said, I think one of the questions like, have you been in any other SMP and tell me why it ended, and I just lied about that just to like, because for some reason I always wanted to be in SMP, but they always had this like weird requirement of like, oh, you're supposed to be in other SMPs too, and I'm like, bruh, how's that supposed to work? So I just like lied about it. And I remember one funny thing is like one thing is like, why do you want to be on the SMP? And I always searched up like how to answer it properly. So like in a job interview form.
Yeah, you answered it like it was a fucking job application.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I'm very interested in like in joining the SMP. I think it'll be very fun to meet new. I think I put coworkers. I don't know what I put there. New like people and that. It's like so cringy. Plus, when we met, I had a very high pitched voice.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and a garbage microphone
I
too.
did too. It wasn't that bad, but no, that was funny shit. Like obviously we all come from somewhere, and I think I'd love to in the future like have my old videos there for me to look back on, because I would hate to hide where I came from. Like,
because the thing is, we still do that. Like sometimes we share screens and we watch each other's like old ass videos.
I've seen your Skywars. Was it your Skywars video?
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck. With my old stuff, I started off like back when I was making Minecraft videos. I stopped and I was like started making beats or whatever, and like I just used samples and just it sounded like shit. My first song I released on my channel, I accidentally like ended up rendering it, and then I put it into Audacity, and then I fucking boosted the bass because I thought that was popular, and then I rendered it out and then uploaded it and then played it in my car speakers, and it was just all bass, and I fucking ruined the beat. And now when you go back to my like old music, it's such a funny fucking song to play because it just sounds so bad, but I thought it sounded good. I was like, hey mum, look, I made a song. But it was so fucking bad. But I'm gonna keep that uploaded, man.
Yeah, me and Shaban, we still admire the first song we've ever made, because like we were so proud of it. Like I made the guitar sample, and like he made the drums and everything. Like at the time we thought it was so good, but like now looking back, it's like so bad. But like we admire it because it's we see the improvement. Like it's so much improvement.
Hell yeah, yeah.
See, I don't make music, but when I do, it's fire. Have you heard In the Heat?
Bro, I remember you had Minecraft parodies, right? I think they're still on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I have Minecraft parodies too.
Yeah. And we just made one, but we haven't released it yet.
Oh really? The fuck? Why
Well,
are you still
it's
making
MA.
Minecraft
It's MA.
parodies?
He didn't
I need
release
to
it.
make the- I
It's
need
supposed to be
make
his
that
song.
thing, album cover thing. You know, I'm just
Oh.
not gonna make it. I'll probably upload it. We have like another song that was never released because I don't know why. I think it was just bad. It was like from Lil Nas X's like album or EP. It was like one of his songs, like Closure, I think. And it was like some guy talking about how his Minecraft world or his Minecraft house is like infected with mobs and that, and he has to leave. And it was like actually pretty cool, but we never got to finish it.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah, bro, I got a new EP in the works.
Oh yes, actually, yeah. If you want to promote anything, do it now.
You know, we here with the crew, BDB.
sir.
Bonds don't break.
Okay,
You
okay.
make sure you gotta check out the homeboys. You know, you gotta check out us. You know,
Yo,
So
send the
you got-
links, send the links, okay?
I links.
We have a
links.
website up, bro. We have a website.
we have a website up. Go check it out. You know, you'll see our beautiful faces. Make sure to check out
Half of our faces for me and
Yo, you
Shabazz.
gotta say the ads and the links, bro.
Yeah, because for Spotify listeners.
Listen. We were we with the boys. BDB.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Alright,
We
alright,
had
don't
it,
break.
okay. Alright.
We here. Make sure to check out the website BDB.
Alright.
Just up now, you'll see everything about us.
Yes,
Make
sir.
sure to follow me on Instagram at mahad.asad, ASAD, and my graphics Instagram, mahad.graphics. If you don't know how to spell graphics, learn how to. Make sure to
Okay.
subscribe to me because guess what? I don't upload, but I like subscribers. Make sure to check out the two musicians who actually have talent.
Oh, okay.
We got Mr. Darwin Shao. What's the link to your SoundCloud?
HTTPS SoundCloud. Yeah, that's my link.
Cool.
Anyways, if you want to find me, make sure to follow my Instagram. Okay, prod.darwin, PROD.Darwin. All right, spell Darwin. Okay, learn how to do that. Yeah. Anyways, we have the links of the website like on all of our accounts, so you can find us through that. Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on to my boy Shaban.
Yes, sir.
EP in the works. Got a few songs already ready to upload.
Gotta tease that though, you know,
Hey.
you have leaks, you know.
And maybe just maybe they got their Spotify in the works. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe. No, just
maybe.
Just a rumor. Just a rumor.
Can't
we got-
confirm anything,
But we
but
got Shaban, Instagram, Shab for real. What's your
Yes, sir.
SoundCloud? Tell me your SoundCloud link.
Alright, let me quickly clear things up, you know, at Shab FR, you know, for real. And SoundCloud, you know, soundcloud.com/official Shab. You feel?
Yeah. You know what? Check out the boy Kermit.
Yes, sir. Check
Yes,
out-
sir. Yes, sir.
Check out his SoundCloud. What's your SoundCloud link?
No.
SoundCloud.com/hey I'm Kermit.
I think that is
Yes,
it. I think it's either that or soundcloud.com/Kermit Suicide, some shit like that. But just go on my YouTube. All my music comes out on my YouTube. I want views there rather than SoundCloud. I don't give a shit about SoundCloud.
All right. So check out Kermit on YouTube. It's Hey, I'm Kermit. All right, pretty simple.
Let's get him to 1,000 subs by the end of this
Yes,
year.
please.
Yo, you're close, man. I just
Dude,
checked,
I
like
know,
you're
yeah.
so close, dude.
If you start
Yo,
uploading, you might get that sub count up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get
that'd
me
help.
to 1,000 followers on IG. 1,000? Can we
Get
do
me
that?
to 100,000 on YouTube. You know,
Yeah.
like 100,000.
Yo, without posting anything? Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, to end this off, like BDB, you know, we would like to thank
Yeah.
you for inviting us onto
Stay tuned.
the Flux podcast. You know, make sure to check out all of his videos. You know, good
Oh, yeah.
content.
Stay
and,
tuned for more BDB things.
Yes,
Not a lot.
new
coming.
stuff coming soon, bro. Soon. I don't know when. Soon.
If you want to see more updates, follow the Instagram of BDB.
What is
BDB
what's
Supply.
the at? BDB Supply. Yo, you already know. Big things coming.
Big things soon. Soon.
Mm.
Stay tuned.
All right.
Peace.